well, I've realized by the time we're done with this session, right? So now, what is the V3 Fixer and why did I go into this platform? Because I mean, I've been in this industry for about a decade now, communicating daily on a live show. And believe me, when you talk about live television, is not the same as recorded television, is not the same as daily interactions. Why? Because beyond just communicating in a way that people can hear and understand you, you have to communicate in a way that people can feel you. What does that mean? It means you have to put your passion into the way you communicate, right? So that is why, for me, it's not just about talking. And for anybody, communication is never about just speaking. You understand? It's not just about passing idea from brain to, people, right? It's literally about passing your information in a way that is clear. Number one, it has to be clear. Number two, it literally has to carry the weight, the part in which you deliver it. You need to know that, by the time you are done, you believe in what you're saying, believe in what you're talking about, right? Don't worry, the class hasn't started yet. I'm just doing a preamble. I'm just pouring water on the ground, right? So that it's soft, right? Of course, I'm a believer, and I believe that as a believer, there is a way we are to show up in the world, this world that we are in time and time. I believe that any believers do literally be exceptional and excellent. So when you're standing out and they say the believer, whenever they see the best of anything, they should say yes. When they say, you are a believer, you believe in Jesus Christ, that should be the sample. Because, Jesus is a clear example. Everywhere he went, whenever he went somewhere, they knew he was there. Aside the time he actually snuck away to run away, right? Every time he stepped in somewhere, everyone knew he was there. That is literally our DNA. That's what we have. So whatever you're doing, as in tech, in business, in leadership, you step into it. When I say this is the craft, this is my vocation, this is what I do, this is what I wake up in the morning, step out of my house to do, right? When you do it, the people that you left at home should say, yes, we are proud that you left us this morning. Do you understand? That's what I tell people when I go to the office, not necessarily taking up space. I'm like, I don't understand. You woke up this morning, you beat Lagos traffic or wherever you're heading from, and you got the place, and you tell people when they ask you, you say, this is who I am, right? Now, people should know that, yes, indeed, your name is on this. So excellence is nothing else than that. Can I get an? All right, so slowly building in this session now, and I'll say this: communication is a great advantage. Great, to be your big. And women in the house, please drop me a thumbs up, round of applause, whatever. Cover yourselves. First of all, it's month of September, right? Then I must say. We present and we respect their advantage, we respect their position, we respect the hierarchy. But women, you guys are also doing amazing stuff. And of course, we're celebrating women I'll be this month, rather, and being great so on. I'm talking to men now because we all know that when in organizations, in companies, even in families, when it's time for the two to step forward, a man and a woman, we know that people that literally step out and are always willing to speak up are the men. Why? Because of the positioning the men follow. For a long time, the women were more timid, were more shy. Do you understand? Because of the quietness of the woman, you have to be feminine, you have to be quiet. Of course, we know the whole idea of patriarchy and all of that, right? But what I have to tell you, despite the fact that you're not meant to step into the shoes, I say this boldly, I'm not a feminist, I'm a humanist. Not that I believe in equal rights, I do. And that's why I'm a humanist, because I believe that all equal. However, there is a hierarchy. Whether it's an organization, any format, in anything, there is always a hierarchy. But we're all born equal, and we're born equal to different functions. What separates us is our functionality. Now, as a woman, you have to step into that functionality. You need to own it, you need to know what you're about, and you need to be able to communicate that effectively, verbally, vocally, and visually. Thank you so much. So now I'm back into my general class. Man, welcome back. Thank you. Simon puts it this way: people don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. And Les Brown says, you have great within you. I'm sure you've heard it before. But now it's not enough to have greatness within you. First off, you have to be able to express that greatness that you have within you. And that's why the conversation we're having now is very important. Because today we're talking all about expression, right? Because whether it's in your career, in tech, in business, in leadership, right, in corporate field, in whatever you do, how you communicate determines how far you go. And communication is not just what comes out of your mouth. Hence, as I say, I'm the V3 fixer. And the title of this session today is the V3 code. If you want to write it down, please put it down. Now, I've said a lot of things. Now, who wants to drop in the comment section or even probably raise up your hand and answer? What do you think V3 stands for? I've repeated it up to 5 times already. What do you think V3 stands for? We have people here. Please, Mr. Shola, help me out. Is anyone willing to answer?
Hello, we're here.
Yes, to answer. What do you think V3 stands for?
I know it.
Not you. Not
I would love the
V3.
V3. V3.
Not you. I don't want you. I just want you to help me with like getting responses. Yeah, in the chats, and we can see.
All right.
V3. What do you think V3 stands for?
V3, not B3. I saw someone in the chat put V3.
Okay, let me check cards. Nobody knows. Okay, that means I'm not well.
Somebody said verb in English grammar on the chat. Somebody said verb in English grammar on the chat.
It's not an official title.
Somebody said verb, visual, and vocal. I think that
yes. Umar said verbal, vocal, visual. It's true. Nothing more, nothing less. Verbal, vocal, visual. Yes, Samuel said the same thing. Vocal, visual, verbal. Yeah. Verbal, vocal, visual. So that is your verbal presentation, your visual presentation, your vocal presentation. And then that's why I said at the beginning, remember, communicating is not just about what you say, right? It's about what you say, verbal. It's about how you say it, vocal. It's about how you present yourself as well, visual. So now, communication as well is not just even about what you are also giving. It's also about what you are receiving. So listening is a very important part of communication, and it's very, very understated most times. Right? Listening is a very, very important part. And that's why at the end of this lecture, I'm going to take questions. The truth is, how I normally run my sessions, I do questions first. Because I even want to know, where is everybody's mind? Where is your mind? Right? With regards to this topic we're about to have now, verbal, vocal, visual, what do you think? What are your thoughts with communication? What are your challenges? And I'm saying that right now because I want you to drop the comment and drop your questions down, write them down, so you can ask after the class, jot them down and all that. I don't take them down so I don't put up time. So as I was saying, so verbal is what you say, right? What you say is very important. And now at this point, the anchor of everything you say is clarity, right? And clarity and structure, that is what's going to give you influence with regards to what you're saying. Clarity is removing confusion. You don't want, if you have a point as a professional, you have a business, you run a business, just like Mr. Shola did his intro today, from the first sentence or the first paragraph he said, we could tell what Believers Tech stands for. So first of all, clarity is very important. One of the days that I know once upon a time, we had people who thought so much in grammar. We have lecturers who sometimes are delivering their lecture, and half of the time you are just floating. I attended University of Benin, and half of the time you're just floating. Why? And because I also studied law as well. And I'm wondering, like, please, are we here to, you're not here to impress people as a professional. You're not here to impress. Your impression should be in your ability to deliver what you are trying to say. Your ability to sell what you do. That is your impression. Your impression is not in grammar. So clarity is removing confusion. If you're going to use words, because the truth is you're meant to also listen to your audience. So if you're going to, depends on who you're delivering to. And I would also advise, even if you're delivering to a boardroom of lecturers, still simplify it. Right? Yeah, you can feel free to throw a few words in there that, okay, will make people believe they know what you're saying. But that's when you're dealing with high-end professionals. But still, I will still advise at any time, be clear. Don't carry big grammar. Sophistication is not about how big your grammar is. Do you understand? It's about how clear it is, especially in the professional field. Right? If you have to literally think hard to understand you, you're not communicating. Yeah, just creates more confusion, and that's very bad. And then also, so now let me give this example. And so clarity is, grammar is on one end. Also, the way you structure your words is another end. So you say you want to use simple, easy language, right? And then you are now using a lot of simple, great Unibed. I see you, Mr. Victor, well done. And now you're now using a lot of simple English or language or words that are all mumbled up together. And people are wondering, okay, what are you saying, right? You need to be clear. So with regards to word selection and also with regards to structure. So I'll give this example. So basically what I'm trying to say is that they're kind of working on something that might improve your communication. So now I'm going to give a correction to that. It's better to say it this way. We are building a tool that reduces customer wait time by 50%. We're building a tool that reduces communication limitations by 50%. What example do you prefer? What example do you prefer? Example one that had a lot of words, or equal two that seemed quite direct? Awesome, example two. Thank you, Gloria. So I'm going to move it on now. So now that is one, clarity. Under verb, we're treating 5 parts. Under verbal, you have clarity, right? Next up, I'm moving to front loading with value. You need to say the most important thing first. When I started this, I started talking about Mr. Shola and how he put this together. When he was doing his introduction, he introduced himself and started talking about believers in tech, right? The first thing he said, when I started my presentation, I started with, my name is, when I go on air every single morning, the first thing, hello, good morning, my name is Winfrey Agbelesè. That is the most important thing to me, that you know who I am and why I'm here and what I'm doing here. So with every time you have a presentation, you have a delivery, even when you're talking to your colleagues, the first thing you should be going for is what is most important first before you lose their attention. That is defined as hook, right? Even on social media these days, I'm sure you notice there's some videos that people put out there. The first, because they know how short the attention span is, the first thing that goes up is the most catchy part of the video before they now go back to now tell you how the video goes. Just like those videos that says, oh, yes, that's me, right? So showing you what will grab your attention first. So when they're sure that they have your attention, then they go on to jabber, right? So you have to front load your information. Say what's important first. Attention is short and you don't want your points buried under all of that. So I'll give you another example. So I've been working on this idea, and after some time, This idea can increase your revenue, and here's how. Why are you telling me idea? Why am I hearing idea? Tell me the idea already, right? Now, this is the best way to go about it. This idea can increase your revenue. Better still, take the idea out. I can help you increase your revenue, and here's how. Spirit, that one alone, we know everybody wants to increase their revenue. Everybody wants to get more money, wants to know how to expand their business and things like that, right? For me, I can help you communicate better. Do you understand? I will even say that for now, telling you, oh, there's visual, there's vocal, there's verbal. Do you understand the idea? So that's basically it. Front load, put your information in front. Very important. And then you tell them, and here's how. Would you like to know? And all of that. And then you continue your conversation. You pick their interest first. Very important. Make sure you don't warm up your message, right? There's time for everything. But make sure some people say, oh, you like to build the foundation. Yes, that's also good, and some settings in a work. But even in that building, I'll say, I'm here first to talk about this. Then we'll build a story up to it, right? Very, very important. So next up, we're talking about structure, as I said before. And the formula for building proper structure is point, explain, and example. Your points that you're trying to deliver, state it clearly so it's not mixed up. You explain the points right after that in a very concise way, and then you give examples to further buttress your points, right? People remember the rambling. They remember your structure. An example for points will be content matters. Communication matters. Because once you communicate properly, people understand you better. Then I'll give a simple example. It's possible for two people to say the same thing, and one person sells and the other person doesn't sell. They're saying the same thing, but how they say it also matters a lot. So that is for structure. So please put it in structure. The formula for structure is point, explain, example. Is that clear? Yes. Okay, now I'll move on to word selection. As I said earlier when we started, right? When we clarity. Clarity is important, and you cut out the confusion. Now, word selection is very important as well. Weak words weaken your authority. I think maybe we should, yeah, kind of. Why? You are a professional. Do you understand? You're not guessing what you're here to talk about. Weak words weaken your authority, right? I always advise, use it. I recommend. This works. Here is why. I strongly believe, right? You are to communicate. In doing that alone, you are communicating your conviction about the topic, right? You're communicating your conviction, because it's not just about what you say. People have to, you are saying this, I believe what you're saying. That's the idea. And you say, I think, maybe, all that. It's giving, you're not sure. Maybe you should go and check again, right? And there are so many other points that I said I was going to do 5, but I just gave you 4 now under verbal. And that's clarity, front loading, the whole structure, and of course word selection. Because of time, I'm going to pace through. So next up, but I mean, there's so many other points under verbal, but of course we can't do all of them right now. So yeah, nibble on this one. So now let's move to vocal. Now, vocal is all about how you sound. So if you pick your word selection well, you have clarity, and there's proper structure in that presentation, the way you're delivering it, and then your voice is weak, your whole work has gone down the drain, and we don't want that, right? So it's very important that we know that the core idea for voice, that your voice carries your confidence. So besides the visual confidence people see and feel when you move into a room, your voice carries your verbal confidence. It carries the conviction I've been talking about since morning. So you need to deliver that very, very well. So number one under vocal is pace. So I naturally am a fast talker, right? And I remember growing up, and even when I started presenting on TV, my dad sometimes, when I'm on air, you send a message, he said, "You are talking too fast, my dear. Reduce your pace. We can't hear you." And the truth is, I had to literally go and sit down and think, why is it that whenever I'm speaking, I'm always in a hurry? Why? Do you understand? I realized that is because I grew up as a very shy person. I'm still shy till today. People don't believe, but yeah, very shy. So whenever I open my mouth and I want to speak, the quickest way out of that sentence is what I'm looking for. So I just fire through what I'm saying. Right? And then, of course, because I'm nervous, I'm shy, I just want to be done with it and move on. Right? When you're nervous, you rush. It's a no-brainer. Right? And when you rush, you lose your authority because it's like, where are you rushing to? Confidence is steady. Confidence, what? Steady. Pace up when you need to, slow down when you need to. The idea is not to just be talking slowly throughout. No, you know how to do it. If you are talking and delivering an exciting piece, to increase the tension, now, you increase your speed. When it gets to time, you settle down, and you, especially when you're introducing yourself, when you're dealing with numbers, you slow down. When I talk about that P, I talk about in verbal, that point, when you're delivering that your points, you take it one word at a time. Let them hear you. Do you understand? You don't want to speak and people say, "Please come again," or "Please, we cannot, please." So, most times, because a lot of Nigerians are polite, right? They might not want to stop you, but just trust me, the words have flown over their heads. Do you get? But when you take it slowly, it sinks, it sits, right? Speak with, if you're, so I see, Remy says, I'm a fast speaker. Yeah, so what you now need to do is be deliberate with each and every word. You see what I did there? Be deliberate with each and every word. And what can help you with that is reading. You have to read out loud. And you need to be intentional on every word. I know a lot of people, some people just see a word, they know what it is, when you're reading or you're a fast reader, right? But you need to pick one word at a time. For now, slow down by at least 15 to 20%. Don't rush. It's even good because when you're talking, of course, don't speak too slowly. But when you're talking, you have to be there. So people know that, okay, if you notice, who are your favorite speakers? Please drop it in the comments. But because of time, I'm going to just drop it. Who are your favorite speakers? Think of somebody that when the person is speaking, you just fall in love or you're just captivated, right? I will say mine. I celebrate, I'm a proud Nigerian, so I'll do Joke Silva. You know the way that woman talks. You hear how she speaks. I love that. We have a lot of believers in here. See Pastor Olushola. I'm seeing Joshua Selman. I'm seeing Eric Dugwa. I love DDK. Yes, I love it. Apostle Aaron. People don't have secular people that you listen to. I love it. Please keep it up. That's good. So when I hear Jock Silver speak or Shafi Bello, right? Shafi Bello speaks with intention. Jock Silver, when she's speaking, you see the veins in her neck. And that's because she has trained herself to speak that way for years. Right? Even Ibuku, I love it. You actually see her speaking and stress every single word. No syllable is going to miss. It's going to be missing. None. Everything. The when you're speaking, you can literally hear the punctuation. When the comma is, you hear. When there is full stop, when there's exclamation mark, you hear it. And that's the best way to speak. When you speak, you open your mouth. Because the positioning of your mouth also determines what your voice is going to sound like. And on that note, I will move to tone, how your voice sounds. Your voice and your tone carries your emotion. You see that thing they call passion? When somebody is speaking, if is speaking passionately, what you cannot hear is not the passion you can hear, the raw passion, right? But you can hear the passion translated in the tone, right? The tone tells people how you feel about your message. If a flat tone, let's say I just come now, I'm just saying, oh, hello guys, my name is Winfrey Agbelesè. Yes, I did TVC. I'm here to fix your BTE, your vocal, your visual. I'm sure a lot of people could have logged off. Yes. When your tone is flat, you are simply boring. What you're saying, even if you are saying, even just imagine you are. I remember in secondary school, we used to have like Saturdays where a lot of students just gather and then we just listen ourselves the movies we watch for the holiday, right? Now imagine you have the best movie, the most interesting movie. You're not giving it. You're now talking. Oh yes, and then the guy now cross the road. Across the road, the car now hit him. After the car hit him, like it's gonna be like he's have better things to do, right? So your tone carries your passion. And as a professional, you should be passionate about what you do. If you're not passionate about what you do, please change that profession. Right? When your tone is engaging, that is when you have influence. Very, very important. So an example would be, to say this is important, like this is important. This is important. I'm telling you, this communication thing you're doing now is very important. Or which will be more engaging when I say this is important. You have to stress the word. What is important? Is it important? Important. Stress it. This is important. I'm not saying shout. That's why you're typing in caps lock. Right? But this is important. Right? And then that also, in the whole tone, it also, there's a conversation that I probably didn't add here to my notes, but I'm going to say modulation also matters as well. It's also part of vocal, right? For instance, you want to deliver your point. In that, your point that we spoke about earlier, you need to know what word do I want to resonate with people? What word do I want people to hold? And then emphasize on that word, right? Just like when I'm saying, my name is Winfrey Agbelesè. You see, when I'm about to say Winfrey Agbelesè, you will know that it's Winfrey Agbelesè. Right? My name is Winfrey Agbelesè. The tone and the voice changes. Did you hear it? So these are things you can also try and practice. Right? Introduce yourself, say your name, put your point. Now, as I said, as a professional here, I'm going to give all of you an assignment. I need you to put down, introduce yourself, put down what you do, your points, your explanation of that point, and then an example of that explanation, right? When I say explanation, I don't mean 10-line paragraph. Your points, one line. Explanation of what you do, which is the explanation of the points. At maximum 3 short lines. Then an example of the services or products you offer. So I need you to do that. I'm not even sure I'm going to get it, but yeah, maybe drop it in the comments or something. But don't do it now. Maybe later on, I hear this video is going to be up, so probably come back and do that. Because I really love to see it. Because that way, you have an introduction every time you go anywhere. It should be your introduction base all the time, right? Then I'm going to move on to the third point. So first we spoke about pace, second tone. Now third point under vocal is pauses. Pause is a power move. Pause. You see that thing called a pause? You are speaking, then you keep quiet. Especially when it's like something like one profound thing, you just keep quiet. Let them absorb it. Let them take it in. Very important. Your pauses create emphasis. Before a key point, after a strong statement or sentence, that is when your pause will be very important. Then, of course, if you're someone that speaks and you do a lot of as you're speaking, I even still do that even till now. The best way to actually get over that is to use a pause. Because the truth is, when you're speaking and you're saying something and then you're doing what's really happening is the fact that your brain is working faster than your mouth. And your mouth is trying to catch up. It's trying to interpret all the information that your brain is giving it because your brain works really, really fast. So in that gap, it's literally doing the so that giving your brain a lot of time for the words or the information that's coming in to settle into your mouth, right? Instead of doing try to catch yourself and pause instead. And the amazing thing about that thing is that the pause draws your listener in. If you landed your hook and you front loaded, as we spoke about in verbal, well, that means they're already on you, right? And then you're speaking and there's the pause. They are already on you, so they wait for the next word that's coming out of your mouth. So use your pauses wisely, right? Number 4, we're moving to volume control. You have to be aware of your environment. For instance, now, I'm sure we've all been in a bus where maybe a bus or a car or a room, and then somebody's on the phone, and then you're wondering, Papa, why are you shouting? Like, what's going on? Like, is it all of us that are in that conversation with you? Do you understand? You need to be self-aware. You need to be situationally aware. You need to be aware of your environment, right? When you have a presentation, if it's a boardroom, you should know the level at which your voice should go. You should be aware of the size of the room and the audience size as well. You should speak and your words should be able to get to the farthest person in the room. Most times you're probably using a public address system, so that helps. Now imagine screaming or shouting at that public address system. It doesn't make sense. Also, I work on TV, so even I'm mic'd, right? But my mic is not an amplifying mic, right? My mic is definitely connected to my listeners and they can hear me and from their device speakers. But even at that, when I'm speaking at a very loud, it's also it's irritating. And normally the director will tell you, Winfrey, regulate your voice. Right? But then again, you should know. Now, speaking clearly does not mean shouting. Right? So if you're speaking to somebody, you're speaking in the space, you be able to regulate your voice on the room size and the point you're trying to make. Now, number 5, breath control. Very important. The ability for you to stay steady depends on the breath, the type of breath that you're taking. So people are wondering which one concerns breath, concerns speaking, vocal, right? And I like to put it like this. Your breath is the throne upon which your voice sits. An exercise that's very good for steadying your tone is breathing exercise. The affirmatic breathing exercise. You know when you're probably speaking to someone that sings and they say, don't sing from your neck, don't sing from your throat, right? The same way, you don't speak from your throat. Your voice is in your throat, but you don't speak from your throat. You speak from your core. You speak from your core. Your core, where's your core? Your belly, your ankle, your belly area. So that you're even speaking, take breath. So if you speak to someone that speaks a lot, you will hear their breath control as they're speaking. Because if you start speaking and you don't have enough breath in your lungs, you're going to burn out. Your words are going to literally trill out. So as I said, your breath is the throne upon which your voice sits. So as I'm speaking, because I'm used to it, as I'm speaking to you now, with everything I'm saying, also depending on the intensity, I'm breathing. And as I'm breathing, the way my words are coming out, they're coming out with breath. Is air. If you literally put your hand, that's why if you put your hand in front of your mouth while you speak, you literally hear the air coming out, right? So you need enough. Doesn't that mean you should breathe in and then hold it? No. As you're speaking, if you speak as often as it happens normally, right? But if you speak regularly enough, you will now notice that true is breath. It's actually breath. That the words are coming out on, right? Confidence is also heard in your breathing. And that breath you're taking is also regulating the tone and the sound of your voice. So if you not play close attention before, this is your time to play very close attention to your speaking. And a very good exercise when it comes to speaking and breathing, speaking generally, is breath exercise. Breath exercise helps you. It helps you to literally amplify, helps your voice sound clear, and also helps you project. Right now, I'll close the vocal by saying, if your voice is unsure, your message will be ignored. So, I mean, I just give you 5 points here on the vocal. Please feel free to drop them in comments. I'd like to know that you're following, right? There's so many other points. So many other points, but of course, because of time. See, I'm already maxed out on my time. Now I'm moving to visual. I'm sure all of you are wondering, okay, why didn't you turn on that video? Because I was waiting for this moment where we're going to go into visual. So now. So, I had to go into visual, and I'm trying to turn on my video now. I'm not sure why. Why this is not necessarily working out. Okay. Allowed to. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the round of applause. Okay, so short challenge and a challenge video, and I'm going to work on things, or that's just working out.
Oh, sorry.
It's
A
on
moment.
you.
It's a tech. It's on us. Let me quickly fix it.
Because I know this video earlier now.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So can you?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's coming up. All right. It's a bit dark. It's coming up, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Please, can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Did my camera come on earlier?
Yeah, it did, but it was a bit black. We can hear you. Is your camera covered? Might be covered. You might have this. But it shows your camera. Yeah.
Sorry.
Network is breaking terribly now. Anyways, can you guys hear me?
Probably she's not.
Yes, we can hear you.
It's going very terribly. I'm not even sure what the challenge. See me?
No, it's a bit dark. We can't see you actually. It looks like your camera is covered.
I'm sure that is
The camera.
my camera is on. I'm in a very bright zone. going on.
Are you using an Are you using an
I can hear you. I promise you, my camera is not covered. Though. Oh,
Mr. Adele, please. Ah,
it's not covered. Okay, I'll give you a full visual for time. Should we go ahead? Or shall I try to join again? Mr. Shola, I can't take it.
just
You're
anything you're
breaking up.
comfortable with.
To,
Okay. It's visible now. We can see your table, I think. Is that the table? Maybe on the back camera.
sorry?
Yeah, we can see a table, I think. Ceramic. No.
Okay,
All right. So we can see the lightning.
so I'm not sure your audio is echoing properly.
Looks like your camera is
I'm trying to connect to
back
my
camera.
phone's camera. So yes, I know. I'm
Oh,
trying to. So,
yeah, that's
okay. I sense what's well. Okay.
all right. We can see. Yeah. Please. Can you?
I need to set up for this. Started because in my laptop. Now I
No, we
just
can see
have
your face now.
I'm
The beta.
mirroring my phone right now. So that's what I'm going to set up.
Yeah.
I'm going to again.
All
Okay,
right.
so it's going to be a little bit for
That's
now.
nice.
Yes, so sorry. So sorry. I'll check that out later.
Okay.
Okay, moving to the video. Please take a cue from Mr. Shola and turn on your face. Thank you. Yeah, I want to see everybody's face. I want to see your face in your video. Thank you.
If you're turning a video, we don't have the permission. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so to say this, right? People see you before they hear you. Very, very important. This one is very close to my heart, probably because of my foundation and where I'm coming from, right? It's very close to my visual. It's very important. People see you before they hear anything you want to say. Seeing you, they're not interested. You're seeing, you may be lost in success. So it's people now. So I'm sure simply people will think, oh, hey, what you look like, how you talk, and all of this. Yeah, that's a very important things as well. What exactly is your posture? So I think people know the dress parts. If it's in you, it's in you. If it's not in you, it's not in you, but you have to learn it. To be honest, I have right? I didn't take a picture of her using this example, but I'll use her. I'll tell her later. I have a colleague. So she worked in radio for the longest time. And because she was very this lady, if you hear her voice, and that's why I literally went off. So that during vocal arbor, you focus on what I'm saying. So now turn on my camera so that you see me for visual, right? Work radio for the we all know radio, right? Radio, you can wear it as nobody cares. Go and just do all you need. But it's very sweet, very assuring, very perfect, right? But then again, she now transitions to visual, to TV. Until today, we're so I mean, she gets it, of we have a wardrobe department, makeup department, hair department, doing all of that. But then again, she, even with regards to posture, carriage, and all of that, it all needs to be worked on. Very important. So we'll get to dressing and matching the brand. But first up, I want to talk about posture. Posture is very, very important. I wish this video did too, so that you see the entire, because I wanted to show you a posture, like a shoulder posture, right? Shoulder is like the half upon which your entire frame sits. Now you have a hanger, and you put a clothes in it. So depending on the structure, some weak hangers have been worked. It's those metal hangers that have been there for years. You hang clothes on it because it's heavy. It will drag the hanger. So that is what your shoulder does for your frame. If your shoulders are tired and it's going like your whole posture down, what you need to do is shoulder. So it's a circle from behind. You take it back. I wish see what are the shoulders. Okay, I think better. You take it back. That's right. That your back spine is straight, and automatically it does something for your head. It elongates your neck. And then for your chin should be parallel to the ground when you're standing, right? What do I mean? I know there's nothing on the ground. Trust me, there's nothing on the floor. You're meant to go to Jesus Christ is up, not yeah. Your chin should be parallel to the ground at all times, most times. That is the trick. There, your shoulders rounded back, chest out. Don't overdo it. Without spine. The right structure every given time. Invoke it to sit at the top of your head. So you see those who carry load on your head, you have a very, very good posture. Because below it, they don't carry the load well. You understand? So that's it. Posture. So now that's regards to your shoulder. So you know that simple correction, even when you sit, because I was slouch, you sit like this, but very for your body and back. That's why you see you fall long, your shoulder is aching, and all of that, right? Straight posture. And of course, if you do like this is going to be easy. So you keep on catch yourself in the slouch. You have to roll your back. Don't do because don't do it. It stretches out. And also it helps. It gives your lungs enough space. When your lungs have enough space, breathe as you're speaking. You can breathe into it. It helps everything. Visual, verbal, but everything is linked. So you need to get into the groove. And the first thing you need to correct is your posture. Right? So now, of course, when your chest is open, and it also even gives you a welcoming frame. Do you understand? Because when somebody walks into the room and you can look at them and say that person is a confident person, how can you tell? It's what you're saying, and what you're seeing in the person's frame. The person's probably stepping into the room, square shoulders, hand in pocket, head looking and scanning. You can tell that they're not intimidated. Oh my God, who is intimidating you? Do you understand? So we need to literally have the correct posture at all times. And I mean, the shoulder work is literally the basic of it. Spin up, straight, right, stand dead. You are delivering a presentation. You're up to a client. You're walking up to a stranger. You want to tell them about your business. You're sitting in the boardroom. You need to sit in a position that is welcoming and open. If you're standing, stand firm. Right? What does that mean? Don't fidget. You can pace, but your pacing has to be calculated. I'm sure others have probably watched one TikTok or another. When you're when you're moving, it should be calculated, right? Don't be moving up and down, up and down. People are now wondering, okay, do you understand? You move to a certain area, you count your steps, if it's depending on the size of the stage. I also hold hands, right? When I know, okay, fine, this is the size of stage I'm working with. At some point, I need to reach the side of the stage. Why? To carry people in the whole there's some people who are the left. Of course, your base and your center your base should be the center, where your podium is placed with regards to hosting events, right? But at some time, I make sure you walk to the right, walk to the left, back to the center. Engage with people. People want to know that, okay, like when you're speaking one-on-one, you stand straight, talk to the person. Don't fidget. Your hands should be going up and down. It's very distracting. I've been moving my hands, right? I've been gesticulating. That's what it's called, gesticulation. When you gesticulate, it should follow what you're saying. It shouldn't be over the place. Do you understand? The trick here is to leave your hands in this area to cover your face. Except you're trying to know. I don't know what you probably be explaining. You have your hands up here. Do you understand? But when you're gesticulating, it should be your chest core area. That's it. So what is saying. That way it's kind of overlaying emphasis on the word that you're speaking. Right now, I push hands. That's another one. Posture is one, hands another thing. Don't be. Do you understand? Just keep your hands. So people touch their hair. For the ladies, yeah, great. And it's one thing. Are they toasting you? Eh? Even if they're toasting you, touch it once, put your hand down. All right. So don't say please. You are a human being, the same way the person is a human being. Do you understand? But also know if you know you're talking to your auntie, you look her in the eye, she will slap you. You know what to do, when to do it. Do you understand? But then again, as a professional, you're living in a pitch, you're in front of 4 or 5 members, you're in front of a group of people, you're living look people in the eye. Right? Then some people say, okay, when I started off, as I said, I was very shy. So hosting events, was a chore. So now the other good if you're hosting a crowd of people is to look above their heads. Do you understand? So that way you're not looking at anyone. However, I will still say for me the best trick is to look people in the eye. Why? If I knew early and I see people coming on into the hall early, I'm giving events hosting 101. I go and introduce myself, start chatting with them. That's before the event starts. So you have to go early, right? What that does is you already have people that you get familiar with before it's time for real business. So when at that stage, I promise you can focus people and you'll be good. Right? So you've chatted with them, you're talking with them, right? So now you're on stage, maybe you're even feeling nervous, but there's a place they're looking at you and smiling at you because you probably have a mini rapport and you made them laugh, or do you understand? You guys in good news. Do you get it? So to also help you through. So when you're looking at the sea of people, it's frightening, you come back to center and you look at them and think, okay, yeah, that's what's happening, right? You look above their heads or you look them in the eye. I know how to balance that out as well. So you can about 3 to 5 minutes look away. Don't make eye contact. People are like, you don't be weird. Right? Hold the eye contact 3 to 5 seconds. Look away. Come back 3 to 5 to 10, depending on how comfortable you are. Look away and don't look at in the eye. It's so very important to see it. For also have a when you come in a stage, you look at the judges, look at them, look through core audience there, they're cheering you. So you look at them, look around the room to all gauge. Remember, I said be situationally aware, being very aware. So that helps you scan and notify what's happening and all of that. We've done eye contact, posture, we've done um, what did we do again? Right? So now facial expression. What has been my facial expression for this class? Facial expression. What is your facial expression so far? Somebody commented, he said, I'm a victor, so he said, I think nets will not contain the truth of Jesus. I believe you have so much.
Oh, good Lord.
Anyways, drop it down there. Facial expression is very, very important, right? If you walk up to somebody and you're looking confident, have right, and then you're delivering, my exquisite things for your own. See, I don't know the way to don't complicate issues for anybody. Okay? If as a professional you're delivering a topic, smiling, I think my background as well, pageantry, you have to smile. Irrespective of how you're feeling, you have to smile. Okay? But of course, it doesn't mean now you have a serious presentation you're delivering and then you're not smiling throughout. No. Right? You start the point at least when you're introducing yourself. I host a breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, every morning by 7 a.m. What that entails, I wake up by 3:30, right? To get ready and get ready to work. I have to be at office before 6, or at least latest by 6 a.m. It does not matter who's doing me. Whether I'm in a good mood or bad mood. When the camera goes action, when my direction says action, the smiles are out. Nobody cares about what's going on with you. And so people think it's easy. They think, oh, yeah, it's good now. Yeah, always not. Believe me, it's not. And there's a question I use an entertainment, which is easy because I do both, right? And the people say news is very easy. You have to be serious. You have to be. Trust me, it's easier for you, to be happy and maintain a straight face when reading news than to be sad as when there's something doing you. Like I lost my grandma out the mother. Right, like nobody really, do you understand? Because nobody really, you guys don't really care, right? So my point is you should smile at least at the point of introducing yourself. And another tip for you, when you start your presentation, if you're doing a presentation, addressing the board or pitching in something, it's also helpful to have one of those. Just for, because the truth, it literally warms everybody. If you're a funny person, it's fine. But then again, if there's a way you could deliver your talk or whatever in a way that people can, and the room should be warm. Shouldn't be tense. It shouldn't be, because it also helps your comfort as well. And if the room is tense, you're going to be nervous. And as the speaker in that point, whether you are a presenter, whatever, right? As a speaker at that point, it is your responsibility to break that ice. Do you understand? Because very like it or not, when people feel pleasant, when people laugh, their guard gets down. You're trying to pitch 1 billion naira project, my dear. It's not people that are from. And that's why a lot of, in the circular system, we hear a lot of times people talk about how, the people say that. Why? Because everybody's chilling, everybody's laughing, everybody's drinking. So yeah, of course, before you know it, you've signed deal, you'll come and see all that kind of stuff. You understand? So we now need to find our tricks, right? You need to literally find the business pictures. Understand? At a place. So it's not any day. It's that you can presence you can be the Holy Spirit. You know, the Spirit created the world. Create like the world, the whole universe, the world, earth, everything is. That is what you carry. Step into the room, they should feel that presence with by frowning. By frowning. Like I say, smiling is very important. Everybody like that. The room attention all of that. Right? So I actually like the question should match what you think. For instance, now entertainment and news. Most of the time entertainment, you have to be giddy, you have to be like high, you have to just smile. In the news, if you look at my Saturday show, if you tune in, most of the time it's we laugh. Also because we are trying to with the social, so you have to interact with people. However, we now have a serious situation. I mean, laughing at all good men work. One to ride and stay with us. And when we get into politics, business, Tinubu said this, that I increase. You'll be saying, Nigerians will for you. Nigerians will for you. So whatever match the series to what exactly we're talking about. For instance, now I'm literally delivering the news on maybe things not so crazy. Or maybe I just said, oh, somebody was in cartons tonight and all of that. And then here, there's a breaking news. I have to find it all. Putting that into touching your mood into the way that here last week we had the whole celebration with observability, delivering information like that, and not situation that we should. My time up. I have 6 minutes, 28 seconds left. And I'm going to breeze through this. You might have to log in for the question session. Is that fine? So I'm just going to breeze through the visual. Mr. Shola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So I'm here that ran outline, right? Remember I said we're celebrating women this month. Women's cause was purple and purple. So think about it. When to have an event, I'm meant to put an event or it's going to have a dominant brand color. In the best interest to wear that color, right? It's not as if there's any hard and fast rule, but it just also further portrays information. You have a brand, you're a brand manager for a company or your personal brand. Your brand has certain colors. If you're going for a pitch, I would advise, even if it's socket square that's in that color, doesn't mean you have to wear the color head still. Even if it's a socket square that's in that color, please put it on and also translate. For instance, now I have the opportunity of speaking to a lot of brand owners, CEOs on a daily basis on my show. And a lot of times, a lot of them are really saying, what can I wear? What should I? I'm like, do you have a brand color? If your brand color is nothing catchy or spicy, okay, fine. It's for TV. TV means you need to be appealing. So we're talking bright colors, not necessarily bright all the time. I wear black. I wear black on some days, but most times if I wear black more than 2 days, I'm going to right? And that's because people are engaging, and so we're talking about reds, we're talking about blues, we're talking about nice colors that are all like attractive, right? For my presentation that I do. Then as a business owner, represent your brand properly. You need to go somewhere looking sharp. You don't wear expensive every time. It's about wearing designers, not wearing things. Whatever you're wearing has to be neat. Go and every time on I'm sure I was sending out this. I can talk about I'll put my money that you did. How? Why? Do you understand? So it needs to be neat. Good business is just smelling good. So good. I can't be teaching you because it's everything. The times you see in the country, why yes, you have to align with the shop by and oversized. I mean, oversize the fashion. If the fashion statement you're trying to make, you do it in a way that we can see that. But then again, your clothes should be fit. They should be the right length. They should be neat. They should be high and all that, right? With regards to hair as well. There's some hairs I can't wear on the news because the news is not trying to distract people. Because I mean, imagine I go out on the street and trying to report. Do you understand? I'm trying to, let's say I go to a place, maybe a building goes or shooting something, and then I'm not right on here. I'll be driving, so I'll be dragging here. Do you understand? Yes, everything you're doing, let it align with what you're doing, right? Your appearance, let it align with where you're going, your vision, all of that. Your match, when people see you, does it resonate with the brand that you built? And even as an owner, a business person, as a professional, as a corporate, I think, Jeremy, when people see me, what do they see? Does it resonate with what I'm trying to portray? Right? Very, very important. I know that. Also, I'll give you this tip. If you have to pitch an present, it's also a good interest to also represent their brand. Watch it and show them how you can present it. You understand? So that's before I say when I'm posting an eventually personal business side and I'll wear their colors, right? So when it's part first introduction meetings, right? I can literally wear my colors or wear a way to represent their business, what I'm doing as well. What I'm preparing the pitch deck, I use the colors to send out my pitch. So when you guys see it, they don't know why they don't like what they are reading. They don't know the phrase that is entering because they are either seeing that. We need to find something of this kind of thing. So in summary, it's just not just about data, it's everything. Your vocal, and visual communication. Communication is also listening. Very important. The confidence carries the truth. You right, you sound right, you look right, and your confidence is on the radar. So the first thing you probably should start working on is your confidence. I do confidence training as well. Confidence training is on me. And at this point, I'll say, call it today. Winfrey Agbelesè, your bit fixer. Absolutely learn this.
A round of applause for our lovely speaker, Winfrey. She has done an amazing job. She has done amazing. Winfrey, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Winfrey? Yeah. Can you hear me?
So,
Huh?
Login again.
No. We can go over 1 hour. We've ensured that we can go over 1 hour. So the timing is because people love your set. Okay, yes, that's just the in-app timer for the session we scheduled. So it's times a program. All right, thank you very much. Please let's.
Hear it before. That's what I was talking about. Okay.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. All right, please let's keep the reactions coming in. Winfrey, we can hear you now. Okay, you can try now. Winfrey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Huh?
Now I can.
Good Lord.
Now I can.
Okay. Thank you very much, Winfrey. We're going to go to the question and answers section now shortly for the next 5 minutes because we've gone past time and people has surprisingly been here. We had a peak of 71 attendance and stable attendance of 66. That shows how much people love this. And we just want to say thank you. So we're going to be going into the Q&A. If you have any questions, please kindly drop them in chat so that we can quickly attend to them right now. If you have any question, we have 5 minutes for just the Q&A session. Questions, please drop them in the chat. We will take them. Thank you, Gbemi Over. Thank you, Souls Lagos. Thank you all. Anyone with any question? All right. So all of us are good listeners. So let's do it this way. Okay, you have a question. Please drop it in the chat. Zion. Okay. Give me over as a question. Please drop it in the chat so that we can address everything so we can manage time. We are well, but we don't. Okay. All right. There's a question for you in chat, Winfrey. So it says, does this V3 come into play when the communication is a one-way communication? I don't understand what the one-way communication means. All right, so what are the
speaking line just goes bonkers, but I guess what you're trying to read out the question. It says, does the V3 come into play?
Let me try.
I think it's your, I don't know if it's your network or something, because it gets better and then it just, well, can you hear me though? Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can everybody else hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. So the question says, does this V3 come into play when the communication is one-on-one? Yes, absolutely. And now, I didn't say this, but I love that question because now it gives me an opportunity to say this. With every presentation you do, the idea is to act as if you're speaking to one person. So that's one-on-one. You understand? So even if you have a crowd of people, the truth is that because it's one person that is hearing you at the time. Do you understand? I don't know if you get me. So even if I'm hosting an event, we have 500 people in attendance, 1,000, 2,000 people in attendance. You are hearing, even as we're talking, we are here now, we have over 50 people here. But is one person that is, you are one person now, and you're the one that's hearing me, do you get? So that's the idea. So even if, yes, it does, totally. Verbal, vocal, visual. So I know I've been saying presentation because I mean, believers in tech now, you know, I'm giving professional vibes and all of that. However, it comes down to one-on-one. And trust me, that is the best place you will learn. So even when you're talking with your mom, talking with your sister, that's the best way to train yourself with regards to clarity and structure. Do you get? You know, there's people you talk to and you get tired because they're just talking. Even the thing they want to say, they're just rambling. Of course, there's time you enter gist mode. Do you understand? But I personally, when I get into meetings with people, not like it might not even be a serious meeting, maybe a friend wants to talk to me and all of that. Please, let's go straight to the point. What are we talking about today? I have things to do. I don't have time to be sitting. Do you understand? If I'm going out to chill with the babes now and we're going to have fun, it's different. We're chilling. We know that's the vibe we're in. But even still, in that, it's very good because you're clear. When you're speaking to people, they know this is what they're talking about, why we're talking about this, and this is what we're trying to get out of this. Do you get? So the second question is, what are the techniques to be an active listener during communication, during a two-way or audience-based communication? So now, for listening, the greatest technique is paying attention, right? So even when I'm hosting an event or in a boardroom or one-on-one, you're paying close attention. I'll use a very, very example. There's a salon I started going to recently. And one reason why I keep going back there is because of the attention they pay to me. If I carry the towel she puts on my shoulder and I do this, she will go and bring tissue and give me. What does that mean? She's looking at, she's conscious of the person in front of her. And it literally, I know, like, it literally, that is the idea with your business as well. Somebody's trying to use your product, trying to use or get your service. You need to be attentive to first, yes, the questions they might have verbally, but also to the mood. Also, you're hosting an event, you're giving a pitch deck. What's the body language of the people? What are they saying? Are they tired? Do you get? When they're tired, what can you do to revive? You can ask questions. You notice that maybe you've been talking for long now, and then you just see that people are getting bored. You can ask questions. If you're funny, you can drop a joke. The idea, loosen the environment, get people to interact with you, and get people to engage with what it is that you're doing. So yes, absolutely. So I mean, I feel like we have answered that question. Be attentive, pay attention, and get people to interact with you. Right? Second question. I stopped talking because of the time.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the next question from Mr. Victor
Yes,
is
there are other questions. We're just gonna
to ask.
spare about 30 minutes for that. So we can just, you can read them then answer both of them together. So we have one is from Victor Alabi and the one from Oluwapelumi Zion. So it says, is having a first smile while communicating being unreal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Then from Then the second one from Pelumi is, how do you consciously apply these skills to your conversations, especially while you might be carried away with the passion of the message you are passing? That one is difficult.
I absolutely love it. Okay, so the first question is, having a forced smile while communicating being unreal absolutely is. Why should you have? Why? You should smile. Smile. Jesus loves you. If you have no reason to smile in this life, just remember to smile. Jesus loves you. And I feel like more than anything, it's understandable because a lot of people are more serious than others. And I used to be a very serious person. I mean, my background, I studied law. Deeper life was my foundation, like church all my life. So yeah, I know. It's cynical, yeah. So the rest of it, my father was in the military. My mother was married. So as growing up, I don't business. I don't know business. But see, as you get into like realize that see life is what you make of it. No matter how hard. See, there's no this life that doesn't have problems, doesn't have struggles. But what really matters is your ability to carry the problems you have and how you carry it. Just imagine coming. I have issues of my own, but I'm here delivering this. I'm gay, right? You don't know that's crying. I'm crying now. And I think also what I do also helps me because also, as I said, pattern trick makes you smile, whether you want to smile or not. So with time, I had to learn how to give a genuine smile. Because if you plaster a fake smile on your face, it's going to be obvious. People are going to know. And if you're trying to pitch for money, nobody's going to give you to come out as fake. I'm glad I'm talking about this because the same thing applies to accents as well. If you know you don't have American accent, leave it. If you know you don't have British, leave it. If it's your accent you have, you're Nigerian, not let anybody do you. Be honest, because think about it, listen to the Frenchman speak and you hear him trying to adjust to a Nigerian accent. Does it make sense? Whether you like to, our tongue literally is a reflection of who we are and where we're coming from. Sad, I'm in media, I'm speaking like this because over the years I've been trained, even growing up, I've been trained to have a particular accent. But what I like to note, all of that thing is wiping our real identity as Africans. One of the things that I admire Mr. Shola for, every time you see Mr. Shola, he has an Ashoke cap on his head. It has Ashoke Ankara on his head. You cannot take it away from him. I think rather I would take the head. I think you understand. So my point is we need to know we're Nigerians, and I'm a very big advocate on pushing Nigerian participation. I run an African side. Do you understand? So we need to know who we are, where we're from. So yes, fake smile, no. Fake accent, never. because I remember I had a training session in Benin end of last year, and I was attached. An assistant was attached to me, and one of the things, she was a very pretty girl, she communicated good, but one of the things that honestly put me off was her accent. Trust me, she had perfected the act. Was someone a part of me, I think the spirit in me that knows, just knows that this thing is not real. And this thing is easily trusted, because once it's that I hear that it's not real, I believe you are a big person automatically. Because if you're not fake, why you give me a fake accent? So I just feel just a whole lot of layers, right? So yes, there's that. Try to smile genuinely, learn to smile genuinely. Try to think of anything at all. What is it tell me when I was in the pageant industry? So when you're on stage and everyone looks tense and you're nervous and you're looking for a genuine smile, imagine everybody in front of you, that's the entire audience, is sitting in the toilets and taking their money down. I'll leave you to do that. The next question is, how do you consciously apply these cues into your conversation, especially like carried away by the passion of the message you're passing? As a human being, you need to, as a good communicator, right? Let me leave human being. As a good communicator, you need to be able to multitask. Has any of us written IELTS before? IELTS, for example. So there's speaking, there's reading, there's listening, there's one other part. But that's listening. Literally works on your ability to read and listen at the same time. Because I do every morning. Every morning I'm on air. My director is constantly communicating with me. What does that mean? I'm listening to my director, I'm adjusting to his cues, and I'm speaking at the same time. The parts of your brain that listens, not the same part of your brain that speaks. Most times, I know people are, so some people are better multitaskers than others, right? So you need to know that it's just the same way, you know how someone wants to reverse a card, they reduce music. I'm not wondering, how is it? Why are you're using your iPad, why are you reducing the music? So I guess probably to pay attention, right? But you have to be able to listen and speak at the same time, and it's just still based on the picture, right? It might not be easy initially, but you probably, getting used to it, right? You're trying to be a message passionately, but your eyes should literally keep. That's why you need to look at the people you're talking to. You understand? Even if you're looking at someone, when you speak to someone, you can tell when the person loses interest. Am I correct? If you're looking at someone and talking about, you can tell when the person is distracted. But that's the thing, that's why we pay attention. You have to, body language tells a lot. Whether the person starts looking at their wristwatch, that means right now, right? Or the person just gets distracted, probably starts thinking of something else. Or the person is signed, probably they're getting tired. Or the person is getting sleepy. Do you understand? So you need to be able to sharpen your ability to multitask, because communicating is speaking and listening. Most especially, I'll say even more importantly, listening. Because the truth is, the reason I start my sessions normally with questions is because I don't want to just be speaking generally. I want to be able to get feedback. Okay, this is the thing, and address it. I'm not just repeating something that you already know. And as you just about, because the large crowd, large audience say, okay, this way. So, yeah. We have another question.
No, I believe that's all. That's all the question we have. And okay. Is there any question? Did I miss anything? I don't think so. All right. Thank you very much, Winfrey. This has been an exciting session. And believe I've learned some things. And some people have made fun of my cap. I will not mention their name. Not you, Winfrey. There's some people.
I'm breaking terribly.
Can you hear me? All right, hold on. Let me switch to my phone speaker. Can Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's echoing, it's cracking, it's echoing, it's cracking.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Let me join and rejoin. Let me join and rejoin. All right, so let me join and rejoin. If you can hear me, please drop it in the chat. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. For me,
All right, thank you very much.
Like it's breaking very badly.
I can hear you very much.
Oh, good Lord. They can hear me actually. All right, so let's do it this way. I really want you to hear me. So thank you very much, Winfrey. This has been an exciting session. With the interactions in the chat, the reactions of our people, it has shown that they have been very, very impacted with this session, and we really, really appreciate you. And we want to appreciate you, Gracious, Happy, Samuel, Lawson, Naomi, Enobong. Want to say thank you. And we want to say thank you to Adelowo, Adenidi Esther, everyone. I want to say thank you. And most importantly, our speaker. I have dropped our Instagram link on the chat. Kindly follow up with her. She has 90 days victory video series that I've been personally following. In fact, that's one of the reasons why she's here today. So she can give us that experience in one session. Please follow her on Instagram. Our link is on the chat. Kindly click the link, follow her, and also follow BTE community on Instagram. Join the WhatsApp community if you have not. And please, we would love to hear your feedback. The form is here. I'm going to pin it on the chat so that you can see it. I've pinned it, but kindly, we'd love to hear your feedback so we can know how best to improve. And also, we want you to tell us how the session has impacted you. So thank you very much once again. Winfrey, do you have anything to say before we wrap it up? Winfrey. All right. Do you have anything to say before we
Do I have
move to the last session?
anything for?
Do you have anything else for us to say to wrap it up?
Thank you so much for having me. As I said, I think the idea behind this community is really brilliant. I mean, I love the fact that, I mean, it's good to see believers step up and do things like this, because we need to take care of ourselves, because the world won't, right? We need to take care of ourselves so that we're able to take care of every other person out there. And I hope and believe, I hope that, I mean, what we've learned today, we don't just hear it, right? Just the same way when we go to church, we don't just hear the message. We're actually taking the tips and practicing them and doing what we need to do to get where we need to get to. Because life is busy, and life will distract you, and you will be busy. You have to consciously take a destiny by the one. Same with the Bible says, the violent take it very close. You need to take violence about your personal growth, spiritual growth as well. Very, very about it, and then practice what you learn, right? So it's not enough to just end it here and then dump your notes. Take those notes daily. So right now, I know Mr. Shola mentioned, I'm presently running a V3 series on Instagram, and I dropped one tip to try out it's just a 1 minute video, just listen to it, try out the tip. The idea is so that with the tips, gradually you learn and you fine tune, and all the changes happens little by little. So yes, there's that, and hopefully the plan is to drop an ebook, but I'm sure I will be in communication with Mr. Shola. So when the ebook drops, yeah, he'll probably send you the link to get it on and all that. So the idea is going to be a V3 devotional. Right, so you know how you have your daily devotional. How every day you have one, exactly. So I'm identifying as a Christian. They need to know that the person that is doing this thing is in the family of Christ, right? So we're having the V3 devotional coming out soon. We're working on that, and then so Shabbat will pass out any other information that. But please feel free to follow me on social media, and once you're just say I'm here from the Believer in Tech community, Believers in Tech community, and I'll definitely respond, right? Yeah, that's it. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Winfrey. Thank you very much, everyone. Please do follow us on social media. Once again, follow our speaker on social media so you can keep in touch with her. And please follow BTE so that you can you can. Hello, somebody's raising their hand up. Please, we are not taking questions anymore. We have already spent much of our time. Please, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the community. We'll get back to you. So this session is recorded. To have access to this recording, please join the community link that we pasted in the chat. BT is not just another community out there. It's a community that is passionate about imbibing excellence to believers. We are passionate about helping believers, supporting believers to thrive in tech. You are our connections. We are your connection. We help each other to grow in tech and in faith. Please follow our speaker on Instagram once again. Follow us on Instagram once again. The links are in the chat. And also join the WhatsApp community. The people in the WhatsApp community are the first-time people to get the information. We love you to also tell people about the community. Let's grow together. Let's do things on a bigger scale. We can't do it alone. We can only do it if you agree with us. And we've seen people say they want our speaker to come back again. We'll let you know if she's coming back again. But I personally have enjoyed this session, and I would love to be on that session once again. Without further ado, we have come to the end of today's session, and I want to say thank you on behalf of the community, Winfrey, for sparing time. She's a very busy lady, and believe me, I just bless God. In fact, it took the Holy Spirit for me to go to her and say, yo, Winfrey, you gotta help us. And I want you to know that she is doing this for us, based on our passion for impacting lives. And we really, really appreciate this, Winfrey. And my wonderful team leads, I want to say thank you for pulling this off together with me. Believe me, it was not easy. We had a lot of challenge. Yesterday, I and one of my team leads were on the call for 2 hours, just making sure the session goes smoothly. I want to say thank you. I want to recognize them. Ayola, I want to say thank you to Blessing. We have about 2 blessings. Blessing my PM, blessing my graphics design team lead, Dolakwa, Samlex. I want to say thank you to every one of you. Kola, Clement, I want to say thank you to all of you. Favor, I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys are amazing. You're the dream team. I want to say thank you to all. Did I miss anybody? So they've not slaughter me in now. So I beg, let me quickly check. What did I miss? So what did I miss?
Me too, David.
Oh, David, my guy. Our tech guy working on the website. Amazing guy. Thank you, God. Melissa, my baby, thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. I believe
Please,
that's all.
I have a question.
Please drop it in the community. We address this. We've gone over time. Thank you very much.
Don't call my name. You did not call my name.
Oh, Tonya Villa, thank you very much. I thank you all for joining. And with that, we've come to the end of today's session. Hopefully, very soon, when we have another session, we'd love to see you there. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Have an amazing day.
Bye.